It was a Sunday, the 2nd of July, '06. The girls were at the dad's and I'd just done Sunday dinner for me and him, and his girlfriend Kat asked him to come up. So he says, I'll be home early. It will be about 10:20 that I rang him. No answer. And I kept ringing and ringing and ringing. No answer, and I just knew that something was wrong. Kat's mum answered the phone and said, haven't the police been to see you, etc. And I said no. And she says, there's been an accident. She says, Michael's been injured. He'd been hit with such force that his brain had swelled. And he'd got a lot of bleeding. And they came in and basically told us that it wasn't looking very good for him. Just knew that he'd gone. I just knew. The neurosurgeon came and removed his breathing tube. He carried on breathing for an hour on his own, struggled. He started singing to him, Nick Matave.
Yeah.
And all his family was there. And at 2:05, he just stopped breathing. And then he went. It's the most horrendous feeling ever. I mean, it's not just our family, it's his friends.
I found it very, very difficult to acknowledge the fact that he was gone, because he was such a... he was a figure in everyone's life. If you knew him, he had such a big impact that you'd remember him forever. You couldn't believe it that someone that our age had died at such a young age for no fault of his own. Someone else had taken his life in a reckless act.
And he'd just come from the pub and just turned, you know, and he'd been drinking all day, already been done for drink driving, shouldn't have even been driving. Just ploughed into Michael. To me, that's where Michael went at the scene of the accident, not in the hospital.
Friends who would go to a pub, they'd have a few pints and then they'd drive. And before Mike died, I personally didn't really think much of it, because when you're young, you're quite naive and you do think, well, it's not going to happen to me, it's not going to happen to my friends. But as soon as it does, it's too late, and you then have to change your perspective on drink driving. If you see someone in a pub get into a car, you have to act on it, because if you don't, you feel guilty, because you know that they could just as easily do to someone else what has happened to our friend.
You see him taking his first breath, and you see him taking his last. And I won't wish it on anybody, not anybody, and it's just not fair.
All I remember is the sound of the vehicle and just spinning. I was a bit confused and all this. I went to touch my head and there was just blood, lots of blood. I was in pain, I was bruised, my face, couldn't see out both my eyes. My bottom of my face was swollen and bruised, and I had grazes all over my cheeks. I didn't look in a mirror. I didn't want to see myself. But when I did, I just burst into tears. I just couldn't believe it. And that's when the anger and the emotions started For months I couldn't walk on pavements. I was too scared. I would jump at every sound, like every car sound. It was really hard. And still to today, sometimes I'm a lot better walking on pavements now, and I can walk on the pavements. But sometimes if a car goes by quite quickly, it's that sound, the same sound as that night. I get scared, and I'll tense up just because I expect it to hit me. I expect it to come and hit me again. The doctor said that after the bruising had gone down, the swelling, that the scrapes would heal up, and the scar would go lighter, and my friends, my boyfriend, don't notice it anymore, but I do, and it's a reminder every day to what happened, what a stupid idiot did. Just because he couldn't control, just because he couldn't walk after he had drunk. He had to get into a car and drive when he was drunk. And he was 3 times over the limit, which I just don't understand why anybody would do it. The driver got a 2-year driving ban. He also got a fine. It was a £1,000 fine. That was all. Not much. And I did see the driver one other time out of the court. I saw him at a train station. I was sitting with a friend, and I saw him on the other side of the platform. I just went white as a ghost. I felt hot, and I just stopped. And my friend said, "Are you okay?" I said, "You see that guy over there?" She's like, "Yeah." She said, "Who's it?" I said, "That was the man who hit me. That was the guy that ran me over. It was horrible. I didn't like it. I just went hot. It's a feeling I've never felt before. And I haven't seen him ever since." Don't drink and drive. The consequences could be dreadful. Even if you don't kill anybody, the person has to live with the injuries. They have to live with the memory. Not only physically does it hurt, but also emotionally it kills.